What's up, everybody? Good morning. Or Hunter. What's happening? So, I hope everybody's doing good here. It's Thursday. We're jamming a little bit. Good morning, Miss Shelley Ross and crew. This is...
Did I ever tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was a...
I love this song. All right, we'll get rolling here in about a minute. Mike, well, hey, what's up, everybody? First day of September. Next month is October. What's up with that? How's that even possible? Halloween decorations. I can't believe it. All right. This is an old video. There is absolutely none of this year. This is, heck, I can't even remember what the hell's from. That was in Side L, right? That's where I was at in that one. Was it, Zeta? I believe that was Zeta. Was that Zeta? Hey, Bobby, this is actually Hunter. They look the same. They've morphed into one dog. Hey, what's up, Mike Bruce? Thanks for supporting over there on YouTube. That's awesome, man. Make sure you reach out to Shelly. She can get you all your perks. All right, well, hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Daily Brew. I got zoomed above me right here, Hunter. Look, right there. That's Invest 91, in case you're wondering. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's not really the healthiest looking system, but it is there. We'll flip it over to infrared here to make it look a little more sexy. There we go. Sexy. All right. And right above it is TD5. John Smith, what's up? Good morning. Sleepy Dog Crystal, yes. Stacy Mock, good morning from Georgia. I love Georgia. Except for the cops. I love the cops. I'm talking about the speed traps. I love the cops. I just don't like the speed traps. Every time I ever drove north, you had to hit the brakes once you get to mile marker number 2. All right, so we're going to say hey to some folks. There's not a lot really going on right now. This is our Daily Brew. I am located in Oldsmar. So is Hunter. Oldsmar is a great little town. And our Daily Brew brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, opening up stores all across the great state of Florida. Family owned and operated, and they're big supporters of our weather page here in Florida. We really appreciate that. So if you see one in your town, support them. Tell them you're a fellow MWP, and they'll give you a high five. I don't know what they'll give you. So we'll leave it right here while we chit-chat. This is the current tropics map. It gets updated every morning at 8 o'clock. Football's starting, Michael Rogers. Yes. Tyler Bronick loves me. Cool. What's up? What's up, Jenny Reeves? Good morning, Conehead family. Yep. Wendy, the dog, is trying hard to stay awake. Yes. Michael Day, Spaghetti models. Yeah, we'll see if they're going to split, Michael. So far, Invest 91, very tricky little system. Not really much going on. Liberty County Emergency Management, great to see you following from Georgia. A lot of Georgian, a lot of Texas. Loretta Reed, good morning. A lot of Texas. Dan, what's up? Kittren. Wendy FSU. Slidell, that's where we were streaming from. That was a rerun from Slidell. Louisiana. I parked up underneath some medical building I think I was alone on that trip. You gonna make it, little buddy? Hey, Dale, happy birthday, buddy. What's going on? Redneck weather, Steven says. Hey, look at that. What is it? Wasisa volunteer fire? Cool. Good morning. Good to see you. Another Louisiana folk, Slidell. Is that how you say it, Slidell? What's up, Marcia? Go Dogs. 70 Stokes says, man, in football, everybody's got football fever, man. It's September. I think Hunter's done. Look at him. He can't take it anymore. He's done. Hey, Chris from Pennsylvania. Mom and Dad are from PA. A lot of my family's from PA. I'm a Florida born. Can't say the C word, I guess. I get in trouble. Can't say anything anymore without offending somebody. There should be a class in school of what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say, because I don't even know what I'm allowed to say anymore. Donna Spicer, hey, good morning. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing good up that way. Hope the girl's doing great, Katie. We're still racing. The crew, we're hanging on. Man, football. I swear, every year we get into football and fall season and changing colors is when the tropics get a little active. Everybody thinks the season's over, and it could be over. I don't know. Who the heck knows, man? It's been forever. July 3rd was the last time we had a named system. That is a long time ago. Space Coast, Dave Chandler. Shelley told me they're expecting 400,000 people for the launch Saturday. You add in beach traffic, sunny skies, and cruise ships coming in and out. Oh my gosh. It could be the most epic traffic jam in history over by the Cape. Julie Fargay, that was my hometown. That's where I was born, in Bradenton. I love Bradenton. Actually, we grew up in Bradenton, and then we crossed the Green Bridge, my mom and dad, and we lived in Palmetto for a few years. I was a crossing guard. Shelly's not leaving. Surf Fest on Cocoa Beach, Tim says. That ought to be fun. There could be some waves, maybe. I don't know. Go Eagles. Meteorological fall. Yes. Morning, Rob. Dale, I'm not going. I don't care what you pay me. Bermuda, Kim, you're looking good. Bermuda, there are a few models still kind of trending, but the latest trends we're going to go into it so far, but going to your south. This thing might even fizzle, man. I'm going to go into all that here real quick. We've been talking about this dry air and shear now for a couple days, and I don't know, man. The models are starting to see it too. The latest Euro fizzles Invest 91. So who the heck knows, man? I don't know anymore. Nobody knows. Only God knows why. Kid Rock said it best. But by the way, this is a Daily Brew. Appreciate you coming in. We're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We hit 50,000 followers over on Twitter. It's pretty cool. I got a couple trolls over on Twitter. I love it. I love the ones that make new profiles. They have 0 followers and 0 friends, and then they love to attack me. But every one attacker, there's 1,000 non-attackers. So, you know. And the cool thing about Mike's Weather page, listen, there's nothing official of what I do. And you know, I've always advertised that. Nobody's forcing you to be a part of our page. So the ones that sit there and want to bash it, and it just cracks me up because nobody's forcing anybody to be here. National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service, that's all you got. They're the official ones. They're the ones you should be going to. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. Oh, hey, big props to my wife, by the way. 35 years at Publix, man. Can you believe it? Kids out there, listen. She started when she was like 15 or 16. I don't even know. Stuck it out. Anything you do in life, if you stick it out and if you're passionate, that's one of my themes when I do. I've done about 15 or 20 Great American Teach-Ins, by the way. If the school systems trust me to come in and talk, that's pretty cool. I got a little chip on my shoulder, as you can tell this morning, but I'll let that pass. Life goes on. But Hey, listen, I grew up racing radio control cars and made it my passion. Got out of college, opened up a big hobby shop in Tampa Bay. One of the biggest events in the world for these little radio control cars. I met a lot of NASCAR people, a lot of NASCAR friends. I've met a lot of NASCAR drivers. I became friends with Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards and the Bodines and a lot of crew chiefs. Danny Stockman's still a friend, and Jeff Curtis, and now branching on to Braun Motorsports, had 4 cars. Me and Braun raced RC cars together. Then he went on and had four teams in NASCAR, Kyle Busch. So whatever you do, man, people used to laugh at me. They're like, radio control cars, what's that? And I made a really good deal out of it. And then I got into websites, and at the time in the late 1990s, early 2000s, I really got people scoffing at me. Websites, what kind of job is that? Websites rule the world now. Social media, right? I'll admit it. I don't care. It's no secret. Julie and I met on AOL back in 1999. I was like, I'm going to use that internet, damn it, and I'm going to find me somebody because I got tired of dating. Back then, everybody laughed at me because of social media, right? Now, social media is huge. So whatever you do the best you can, and guess what? You're going to be great at it. So that's my theme with the kids in school. You got to anything you're passionate about, you can be successful at it, and don't let anybody stand in your way, because there's a lot of haters out there. All right, Valerie Bauer, you're always cheerful, saying good morning. Good morning. No camping this weekend. Nope. I wish I was. Labor Day. Last year we were at the townhouse, or the rental home up in Mexico Beach. I reached out to the lady, and she wrote me back. So it was a good memory last year. Oh, there you go, Robin. There's 2 of us. All right, so here's Tropics. We're going to go into Tropics. Cheers, by the way. Cheers. Cheers to math. Cheers to Mathnasium. Helping Emily out. Getting that grade up. All you meteorologists out there need math. Big part of life. All right, so here's the scoop. This is everything in a nutshell. Tropics. So we did go through the month of August. Now, apparently there was a Telford Holmes. Are you in here, buddy? I did look back. You're correct. So I don't know. There was apparently 3 seasons that August had no named storms. I think the other one was 1916 or 19 something. Telford, correct me if I'm wrong. All the data, maybe it was since like National Hurricane Center started officially scoring storms. I don't know, but anyway, that little tidbit I shared yesterday. August had 1997 was the last time we haven't had a system since 1997 for the month of August. And I think the other one was 61. So very uncommon to have August without any system. If you think this season's slow, you're right. I think we're on a record, like maybe today, tomorrow, it's the longest stretch ever between storms. I'm not really a big stat guy, but you'll be hearing that a lot. But this is what we got. All right, so everybody's watching this little guy, 91, right? This little guy popped up yesterday. This was 93. Actually had a little bit of DNA from 92. But it turned into Tropical Depression 5 this morning at 5 a.m. So there you go. It's expected to be a hurricane. What's up with that? A hurricane. Look at this. It's going to be a hurricane. Almost the same. Here, look at this. This is Maine. Way up there. I told Jim Cantori today that's the new MDR, and he said no. It's funny, but look at that sucker. It's way up there. But that's that. So we're going to get into that. So Invest 91 is not looking very healthy right now, but here's the bottom line with 91 right now, and then we're going to show you all the models. 91 is entering a stretch here of very dry air and very strong wind shear. So I don't know how it's going to make it through, to tell you the truth. And I'm going to show you that. Some of the latest models are actually showing it weakening into nothing and actually dissipating. Some of the models are showing it recurve. And so far, most of the models are keeping it east of Bermuda. So far, really nothing stands out with 91. We got this lingering front all week. And it's kind of going to act as a blocker. So 91 isn't showing up on any models as reforming anytime, anything to really push right now. I guess remotely chance is, if you were to say the biggest what if factor, would be if this thing, stayed really weak and just kind of hovered around here for a while, and then it got a little spark. But that's kind of what the models were showing a few days ago, but really none are showing that right now. So it doesn't look very likely 91 will do anything. But you never take your eye off of it. Everybody remembers Harvey. Harvey almost dissipated, and once it crossed the Yucatan, we all know that as Paul Harvey would say, what's that? That's the rest of the story or something. Lingering front. Yes. So this 91, very, very low confidence is going to affect anybody. This was our next wave that the NHC had orange yesterday. It's got cool waters up here. It's got some dry air. Story of the season. Not expected to do anything. The NHC's already dropping chances on it. So that's that. Next week, I teased it last night. The Brew Crew yesterday. Then last night I teased it on the main page. There is signs that we could see a wave trying to come across, and the Euro and the GFS and the Canadian model are showing consistent that we're going to see a wave that could be possibly a little bit lower. And sometimes these lower waves aren't affected so much by all this going on up here and make their way across. So there could be a wave later next week to watch. It looks like it's going to emerge off the coast of Africa maybe Tuesday. So Tuesday we're going to have a new wave to maybe watch. So for all you that like to look long range, there's our next long range. The other thing that could possibly happen is this. So I'm going to talk about this a lot, but there's going to be a lingering front all week long, all the way into the following Saturday. It's not moving. They're already talking about some big time rain training from Texas, even eastward some. Yesterday I shared a rain map. Today's rain map hasn't changed. Now I'm starting to see the National Weather Service like out of Louisiana talking about it, Texas talking about it. So there's a lingering front next week that's just going to sit there, and sometimes these little lingering fronts can pop a little low here. And there are some ensembles showing that yesterday, and there's some ensembles today showing that. So anytime you get these little lingering frontal lines, sometimes that'll be the Kickstarter that tropics need. And the other part of the equation is later next week, there could be some energy from the Pacific trying to slide across. And sometimes, if anything, this is going to help boost the rain chances again for Texas. But it also could help lower pressures in the Gulf. And anytime you start lowering pressures in the Gulf and things are already juicy, things can happen. But that's so far-fetched right now. There's really nothing. This is the odd little guy. We'll show you that here in a second. Here's the latest spaghetti models. Let's leave it here and drink coffee. Brian Russell over on YouTube says he's going to rename his boat the Lingering Front. Now that sounds like a cool bar name. Richard Reamer, yes, thank you. She was a manager for a lot of years, man. We're lucky. We invested everything into Publix, and we bleed green. Paul Thompson, yeah, it could be some flooding. Karen from St. Croix, guess what? This is missing ya. Maybe a little rain. Outer Banks, Linda, you look good. I saw, what is it, The Sun? Have you all seen that Sun article that's out there? It talked about historical hurricane Labor Day weekend for the United States. I saw it a dozen times. People shared it. Unbelievable that they would publish a news article based on a GFS run. I had somebody today tag me in it. Mike's been saying, and I can't respond because I guess it's in a group. But Mike said it's nothing to worry about. I guess something's changed, and she was really worried. And I'm sitting there trying to message her or tell her, no, you're fine. Don't read it, because the article said devastating hurricane for Labor Day for Florida, and that's a scary headline when it's coming from a 3-point-some million following page. Kind of scares people. Clickbait, they call it. Exactly. Kathy talks about the water. So let's talk about two things. Here's the latest spaghetti models on tropicaltidbits.com. The majority of the models, regardless of development, if it does develop, are keeping it to the north. And it does appear that secondary blob line, we're showing that it has kind of picked its main core here. The secondary blob kind of broke off, and the top one definitely ended up being the dominant. The one on top was dominant. But here's some lingering rains left over, so carrying into Virgin Islands. Some of this stuff will probably reach y'all this weekend. Some rain. Trinidad down there for you guys, but very unorganized. This is it. This is Invest 91. I don't know. It's just, here's what it's got to face. This is the truth. All right. And by the way, God, I hate flipping back and forth. But our typhoon, some links. This is the national forecast. This is the official forecast from the Navy. A lot of people, it's kind of hard to understand, but you can get the idea. This is, all current. This is the current track. A lot of this is on Tropical Tidbits. There are a couple spaghetti models. This is the current look of it. Very powerful hurricane or typhoon. Oh, the satellite image isn't come. There it goes. Very powerful typhoon. It is going a little farther south, but there you go. A little drier to the north. See that? This is overseas here. A little drier to the north. Good news. Hopefully it weakens it. But anyway, people asking. We had a lot of families asking me to put the information on the site because they were trying hard to find information because they, relatives, husbands, wives deployed over there, U.S. military base. So there you go. And a lot of that thanks goes to Levi, Tropical Tidbits. And, just a lot of people don't know Levi has it on there. So that's kind of where we work together hand in hand. I'm happy to share the information. Folks need it. But as far as the Invest 91 goes, here's what it's got to deal with. And this has got me really wondering if it's even going to survive. I really am wondering that. So here's the current look. Here's the core of it. This is Invest 91 right here. You can see it. But this is all dry air right here, okay? So first off, dry air, especially west of the system, because that eventually gets wrapped up around inside any circulation the system might have. Sometimes it can survive drier to the top because the moisture field ahead of it's still kind of juicy. But we got dry air almost all the way around this thing. That's going to be a big hurdle for 91 to get through. The other thing that's got to get through on top of the shear. Now this gives you an idea. This is the islands. Here's PR right here. So like that, PR. Oh, I'll make a complete little arrow. There, now it looks like I didn't mess up. But it's got to get to all this before it survives. And then the other thing it's got to deal with is this, wind shear. Wind shear is extremely strong down there right now. Still yesterday. So here it is. This is 91 right here. Kind of hard to see. But we have strong wind shear coming in from the southwest. So dry air and wind shear go hand in hand, but still that's going to be a lot to go through. So even the euro lately is dissipating it. And I'm going to show you all the models here in a second. So anyway, 91, bottom line, everybody that's been worried about the GFS spitting out hurricanes left and right, that's gone. There's really nothing showing up. Anybody in the U.S., Bahamas, even Bermuda now, a very low chance for Bermuda is going to get anything out of this. So, and I mentioned Labor Day a ton of times because by Labor Day, this thing might be sitting right here. At one time, the euro had it right here. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a Labor Day worry for anybody. No laboring unless you're pregnant. Hey, Chris, good morning. Diane, good AM to you. Jeffrey from Wilmington, North Carolina. That's awesome. Water temps. Let's talk about the water temps. All right, so that's 90. All right, so I'm going to show you water temps real quick, then we're going to show you all the models. All right, because I'm really curious about what's going on. Here's TD5, by the way. I got all the information on the website. Here it is. This is TD5, in case you're curious. We talked about our friends in the Azores yesterday. It doesn't look like it's going to go that way. This is the latest from Hurricane Center. It's just going to sit there. Not a lot of steering currents. could be a hurricane. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's going to be a hurricane. Sitting right here, like way up there, like 43 degrees. Incredible. So that's it. That's your 5-day map. So, we'll see where it is after 5 days, but it's just going to be hanging out up there. And of course, I got everything else updated on it too. If you want to take a look at it, this is Weather Nerds. He's got some great satellite that zooms right into it. It's got a really good core right now, real tiny little system. These tiny little systems really spin up fast sometimes. It doesn't take a lot for them to spin up or spin down. Smaller circulation systems really have an easier time spinning up into something. So it's it's kind of healthy. I mean, who would have thought we'd be looking at possibly our first hurricane almost up to Maine? So that's real, folks, and that's not the NHC just naming anything. It's fitting the criteria. It's got circulation, it's got convection, it's got the winds. It's got a tight core. I mean, everything that it takes to be tropical, it has. I mean, this is a real system. It's just way north than what most people are used to seeing. Here it is, way up here. You can see the circulation very well on satellite. 8 circulation. I mean, that's what they want to see. 700's tight, 500's tight. See, look at this. Is called stacking. There's 500. Let's do it right here like this. There's 500 millibar, 700 millibar, 850. I mean, this thing's stacked. We haven't got to use as much. It's stacked. 250. 500, 700, 850, 1,000. These are all the different heights of the air above us. 1,000 millibar, 850, 700, 500, 250. And this is going to be Danielle very soon. So everybody who's watching 91, this is going to end up being Danielle before anything else. So very tight circulation. I haven't seen tight circulation. I mean, this is probably the only storm all season, not 250, that we've seen that tight. And then we go down to Invest 91, somewhere down here. Where's the islands at? There's Florida. There's Florida. Where's the islands? Island boys, where are you? There you are. All right. Here is our system now. And you can't even see it. 500 millibar. This is like your mid-level spin. Nothing. 700. I don't even know where they're telling. I don't even know where they're saying it's at. Here's where they're saying it's at. So we're pretty much about 16, 17 degrees. Almost in the 15 degree line. That would be somewhere right here. This is kind of where they're guessing it. It's terrible. 850, maybe a little bit of circulation. A little bit. Did you hear my stomach growling? Holy cow. 700. So very, very, very disorganized, this system. And then now it's got dry air ahead of it. I don't see how it's going to survive. At least in the short term. So how about that? All right, water tips real quick. So this is an interesting little map. I posted this earlier. Matter of fact, let me just pull up what I posted earlier. This right here. I posted this earlier. Remember I said, if you want to know, I probably posted it before the live. What's up, Katie Gregory? What's up, Whitney? Nicole? That's right, Chris. No worries for the U.S. First Fisher Price demo of the year, Scott. Hurricane the Gulf. Hey, let me tell you, my gut feeling is this. First off, homegrown is a term that we've seen a lot over the years. These are going to be where it's a sleight of hand, like where you're looking here, something's going to be happening over here. And I really believe, because the conditions are still, pretty ripe in the Gulf and the coastal areas, all this wind shear that we're seeing, and dry air in the Gulf and all this stuff, this isn't really happening let me rewind that. All this dry air that we've been seeing in the dust, not the Gulf, in the Atlantic, isn't really happening. We got a little upper level low in the Gulf again today. Unbelievable. But, we get a little bit more moisture conditions, homegrown Caribbean. So homegrown little systems pop up quicker, and sometimes the models don't even pick up on them right away. So we focus sometimes too much on long range models when in reality, these little homegrown systems pop up. Like I mentioned first when we started, that lingering front line could possibly, spin up maybe a little something. Next week we're going to show you that. Oh, anyway. So, Aspen, good morning from Texas. You got big rain coming. Chris, I doubt it. TD5 probably won't loop around. Eastern Atlantic sausages. What's up, JMA? What's power on number 5? The Gulf Stream, Kathy? No, it's actually this warmer water, believe it or not. It actually, so this is your anomaly map here. And, light yellow down here in the bottom. This kind of greenish color, yellow right here. This is your normal based on history. That's your normal water temperatures. And, obviously, all this in the upper Atlantic is 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 degrees above normal. So TD5 is hovering around water temperatures that are, 3 to 4 to 5 degrees Celsius above normal. So it's not, it's not weird why it's happening, because you can see the water temperatures are warm enough. It's just kind of weird the water temperatures are that warm. A lot of this cooler water, too, is based on, we've had such a big outbreak of dry air and sow this year that it's actually blanketed the Atlantic. And usually early in the season, you'll see this when you have a lot of sow outbreaks, June, July. Water temperatures will be making the news. The Atlantic's cooler than normal, and that's a lot of it I've read is the blanketing of the sow layer, the little Saharan dust. You just get a little bit more, a little less direct sunlight. And over the years, I've seen it. Heavy sow outbreaks have cooled the Atlantic, but then once that sow, stops, the water temps come right back. But we've had such a persistent dry air season that this middle main development region has been cool. And this little system that came off Africa yesterday, that was once, 50%, is now down to 30%. And that's because it's entering it's going to be heading right towards some cooler water. Typically, cooler water isn't what hurricanes want. That's why the NHC lowered chances here to 30% for that little guy. But yeah, the water temps are warm. Let's see what the actual water temperatures are. I'm kind of curious. This is a great map. This was actually sent to me by some folks at NASA, believe it or not. NASA guys were like, hey, Mike, put this on your site. I'm like, okay, I like it. So let's go to U.S. temperatures, because I'm not really good at that Celsius stuff. Other than drinking Celsius, I don't know Celsius. Sea surface temperatures. All right, so here we go. Oh, I got to hit data values. Hang on. Show data values. There you go. All right. So technically, off the Atlantic, look at that. 82 degrees, 83 degrees. Almost 83, 82.9, 82.8. So everything's in the 80s, upper 80s, 82. Remember, 80 is typically the number that they say that you need for tropical. Now, I've seen systems 78, 79, 80 is like the magic number. Like sleep number beds, Anybody got sleep number beds? You got a magic number? Like, my magic number for Jack and Cokes is 3 doubles. I feel good. I wake up feeling awesome. 4? 5, 6, 3. But anyway, 82 degrees. So that's why we're getting tropical depression 5 possibly turned into a hurricane, because the waters are very warm up here. Check this out in the Gulf, though. It's still warm. 88, 86. Pretty much 86, 87 actually. I thought I saw an 88. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was 86. Over here, 87.5 off the coast of the west coast of Florida. So upper 80s. Bahamas are 88. You know, we can't forget this ocean heat potential. You know, this is how deep the hot water goes, man. And I'm not taking my eyes off any of this stuff. You know, this is what last year Ida ran up, and a lot of storms ride up these loop currents, loop eddies, hot water, ocean. And, you know, we haven't seen, you know, this right here, man. I mean, this is what brews it all. We had a system that was, we had some energy down there yesterday and today that were picked up on the models last week, but there's just way too much wind shear. We had an upper level low here yesterday that was really inducing a lot of wind shear. Still somewhat bringing winds across that 91's going to deal with, but then we got this lingering frontal line pushing down, so we just got a lot of wind shear in the Gulf, and that's just kind of what's happening. You know, we can see the dry air coming back down. We got to, you know, let me put up the old surface chart here, and then we'll start talking about a little more long range stuff. So we showed it yesterday. This is what we're talking about. So here's Sunday, front, Monday, front, Tuesday, front, Wednesday, front, Thursday, front. And look, L, 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 L. This is going to hang around all week long, low pressure, and that's going to pump in juice from the Gulf of Mexico to the coastline of Texas and upper Gulf, Louisiana. Some of their rain totals are pretty high, like watermelon sugar high. Let me show you what's cooking here. This is, you know, yesterday it showed it, today it showed it. Now I'm seeing the discussion from the big dogs about it, so it definitely looks like it's going to happen. So let's just fast forward to 7 days from now. Let's just go to 10 days. Let's do the worst case scenario. Here's a blend of all the models through next weekend. The following weekend. Lots of areas here. Light purple is 8 inches. So, and dark purple is like double-digit rain. Now this is not all at one time, but still on pace here. That this lingering front, just, you know, coastal areas could have a lot of rain. Let's see what the Euro says. Euro's pretty good at these extreme weather events. I've noticed predicting or doing a good job predicting totals. Yesterday, remember, it showed a big swath of rain more north through Texas. Not as bad this time. This is where it's highlighting it now. Still heavy though. Yesterday's 12Z, not as much actually. So maybe it was yesterday's. Yeah, see, yesterday's 00Z really showed it. You'll get flip flopping back and forth. That's what happens. That's why I didn't want to share it, but I started reading enough about it from everybody else that we definitely look like we're going to see a lingering frontal line just hang out and bring a lot of rain to Texas. You know, the GFS a little higher north. You know, what's scary about this is it's very slow moving. They're very weak steering currents. When you have a lingering front for a week, there's just not a lot of steering current. So these things can just slowly move rain training, you know, and that's where we could have problems with flooding. But just, you know, who gets it, you know, just who knows. And today we still have flooding chances today. As today, they had some yesterday. This is not even starting what's going to happen next week. So you guys in Texas wanted the rain. Guess what? Mother Nature answered. All right, what else we got? So we're hoping for a launch Saturday. Pam says her husband sleeps in a recliner. I sleep pretty much in my bed lately. I like the couch. Brad says he's never been on Drunken Tequila. Doesn't want to be again. The sleep numbers are a lot of money. My mother-in-law just bought one. I tell you, the key to a good night's sleep is JD. Our house is so messed up. Sarah loves to sleep on the couch. That's her reward. Julie ends up either falling asleep on the couch or I do. We probably could have got away with a one-bedroom house is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's look at the models. I haven't done that yet. All right, so here we go. Model. Anything else I could show? Hey, thanks for all the shirt support. I really appreciate it. We sold quite a few of the Redneck Storm Chaser. I'm not going to post it that much anymore because everybody saw it. I don't want to be getting too, but anyway, if you didn't last call here, I'm going to show it here. There's our Redneck Storm Chaser. If you missed it, there you go. Coolest compliment was my buddy James Van Fleet got one. He's the chief meteorologist at Royal Caribbean. There's a chance he's going to be on our cruise in March. So we should all pick a day to wear the Storm Chaser shirt. And we'll be getting some serious looks from people on that cruise ship, I'll tell you what. And by the way, the crew, the hats are here, as you know. But I am going to make a blue hat with the logo on it. So I had a few requests. Young Guns Embroidery here in Oldsmar, great guy Mike. We're going to make a blue and white hat with the simple red MWP logo so that you can complete your ensemble with a tank top, flip-flops, some jorts. That's what they call jean shorts. I didn't know that. They're called jorts. Apparently I wore them all the time, and I didn't know people were making fun of me, so now I'm conscious and I don't wear my jorts that very often because I got my feelings hurt. I love jorts, especially when they got pockets in them. All right, so we're going to go to Tropical Tidbits. Here is the latest and greatest. All right, yesterday, the GFS spit out a storm to the East Coast. Instantly, I saw it shared all over the internet, and now it's gone. Man, people are so anxious. Any run of the GFS makes national headlines anymore. And again, I'm surprised when I see large meteorologists sharing the GFS hurricane making a landfall. Because anybody that's been following the weather this year knows the GFS hasn't been that good. Chris, he sure has, man. I'm going to rock those shorts, Mary Lou. I like to embarrass my daughter, Emily, so. Anyway, all right. All right, here's the latest Euro. Watch what it does. So here is Invest 91. Here's our wave that the NHC is reducing due to wind shear and cool water. And then we're going to watch a new wave off of Africa come out around Tuesday. All right, so the latest Euro. Very, 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 very weak. Possible hurricane. Danielle way up north. And look what happens on Sunday. Look what happens on Monday. This is 6Z, same as 00Z. But on Monday, Invest 91 is gone. Dry air and shear is my guess. Here's his last night's run, 00Z Bermuda, 3 days ago. Today, nothing. But this is believable because it's got a lot of wind shear and a lot of dry air ahead of it. That is believable. You know, will it come back? Don't know. Not a lot of models think so. But as I mentioned, all right, so next Tuesday, about right here, we got this next wave coming off. It's running a little bit lower. Low ride. This is next Friday. We'll see. I posted it yesterday. There you go. Now I'm just going to hit the CMC to show you how similar they are. Here's the CMC at the exact same timestamp. Boom. And the GFS is kind of doing it too. Boom. So 3 models, the exact same positioning in the middle Atlantic. First time ever, I think it's the first time ever this year that all 3 models have agreed upon something that far out long range. So there you go. Boom. We'll see. That could be, I'm so tired of promoting. That's what some people think I do. Suggesting long range stuff. But it is the first time I've seen all year that the models have agreed this far out. I'm thinking I'm still living hardcore models. That's what we do. 3 models. Makes sense. A little low rider, a little high pressure building to the north. Africa's got a decent sized little wave over it now. It's believable. So this time next week, we might have a wave out there to watch. The Africa's juicing up a little bit. There's there's still some energy out there. This came out yesterday. Global Tropics Hazards Map, and of course they're showing it as a possibility for next week also. Red hatched means moderate confluence of tropical cyclone formation. So I'm not making it up. What else was I going to look at? Oh, service charts. Let's see if its service chart stretches that far over yet. So could argue it's this little low right here. This is the one that's going to fizzle. This is 91. I think it's going to fizzle. And here is one of these two. I don't know which one's what. They haven't updated it yet. Okay. Back to models. All right. So there's GFS. It actually shows this one curving up. Yesterday it didn't even. This is the 6Z. Yesterday it fizzled it out. But the only thing that the only thing we talked about a lot this year is the fronts. The fronts have been the story of the year. If this pattern remains, then there's a high likelihood this thing could get pulled up because frontal systems weaken that Bermuda high. So, but I'm not going that far out yet because it'll bite ya. But we got 3 systems right here. All right, so let's look at some ensembles. The other thing I talked about that could happen during the week next week, possibly later next week, is the Gulf. It's kind of got my curiosity a little bit. Let's look at spaghetti. Well, let's just go to the Gulf real quick. All right, so some of this energy, let's stop out a week from now. So I showed it yesterday. You're starting to see a little bit of action kind of coming in here. So, nothing really to worry about yet. It's just that, like I said, homegrown systems possibly could be the storyline this year. We've seen blobs coming off of Texas before. We've seen lows linger down in the Gulf, Western Gulf. So, if I had to guess at a hot spot to watch, would be later next week if we were to get a homegrown surprise little system. Not a ton of support for it, but there has been, runs with a lot more spaghetti in the Gulf. And like I said, some of this is stemming up from some moisture from the Pacific that crosses over. You can kind of see it. Some of it gets pulled up. This is 6Z. Doesn't go out that far. This little system down here next Wednesday kind of gets pulled up into Mexico, and then some of that can stretch over. So all this just kind of does is juice up the Gulf a little bit more. That's all. Let's see what else we can look at real quick. Let's look at probability map for the Gulf. And you can start to see a few little colors. This is a week from. This is next week. This is Thursday, Friday. So there's actually little more ensemble support. No tropical storm yet. But just kind of hinting the idea that we could see some lingering juice next week. So there's more support. I haven't looked at that yet today. So there you go. More support for that. It makes sense. Lingering frontal line is just going to hang out all week and up those chances for some juice. And we're starting to get a little bit more color. That was there yesterday too, but it's still hanging out. So anyway, that's that. MJO is looking a little more healthy again. This is into the end of September. I'm not buying any of this anymore. We're going to watch the rest of the season. We're going to watch things in real time. And not worry about anything else. Because the models have been terrible. The predictions have been terrible. Need to go back to the drawing board. That's scary thinking 2022. Look at all this dry air, though, man. That's just totally messing things up out here. Here's that system in the Atlantic. It's just going to go right into that. Going to go into cold water. This one's got to cross over all that. You know, really the most juiciest area of all is up here. There's no dry air. That's why that little guy might be Danielle. Soon we might see Danielle. Let's see if we can go that high. Let's zoom in on the open Atlantic here real quick. See what we got. Zoom out. Do a water vapor loop up here. Let's just see what that looks like. This is weathernerds.org, by the way. Water vapor. Yeah, see, there you go. There's a future Danielle. Very moist atmosphere for Danielle. Danielle is very moist. Jose, what are you talking about, buddy? So there you go. There's Danielle. Very, very moist envelope around it. Her. And that's helping. This is what we normally see about, 1,000 miles south? We haven't used, let's use tool. I haven't got to use any tools yet this year. So let's go back to, this is Weather Nerds. We haven't measured anything all year. This is sad. People haven't asked me any questions this year. Usually we're measuring storms. You know, how wide is it, Mike? And I'll do a post. Or how far away is it? You know, there hasn't been an it this year. Colin was over 95. It was negative 10 miles from the Gulf. Anyway, 1,500 miles away north. Can you believe that? 1,500 miles to the north of where we would typically see this. That's a 1,500 mile anomaly. Spot north of Venezuela. Oh, yeah. No, that's just riding along the monsoonal trough. But it could bring some rain. Nothing tropical. You can always really get a good line when you look at the full Atlantic surface here. Kind of got a weird bend there, but that's basically what it's riding along that monsoon trough. And you can, so it's just a little disturbance on the winds. And you can also go to the wind map here and see that probably dip down close to you down there. You can kind of follow the trough line sometimes. I don't know if it's 850. I don't know what's a really good way to see this. Not that we got all this action out there. Not really showing up. But anyway, no circulation at all. just, and you can also take a look here at the 850. There's our main circulation. So it just storms. It's going to be rolling eastward, westward. Wouldn't be a show if I didn't screw up east or west. Well, what else can we talk about? So that's that. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I wish I don't even. No, I don't want to mess your name up. Bay Roper? Is it Bay? Just Bay? Anyway, does all this lack of storms and warm water build up? Well, kinda. I mean, it doesn't build up like a volcano or anything. It's just potential heat energy that's still there in the Gulf and the Caribbean. Over the years, we've seen storms. I think it was Maria, followed by Jose. Was it that one year? I can't remember. Irma. I don't know. We've seen storms actually upwell cool water in the surface satellite images. You could see that cooler water path from the storms. And then we had one system one year. I think it was Jose followed another storm maybe, but it followed the same path almost, and it helped weaken it a little bit. So yeah, when you get upwelling of water, it brings up that cool water from below the surface, and it can, Dorian kind of did that in around the Bahamas. Definitely cooled things off a little bit. It does come back eventually. But these areas in the Gulf that are untapped right now with a lot of these little loop currents, loop eddies, that is really stretching over there now. I haven't looked at it in a while. Last year, our loop current was about like that, and Ida rode right up it. That's really dipping. Haven't seen one do that in a long time. So, this is really potential storm energy that if all their conditions were there, meaning, light shear, no dust, no dry air, that a storm could actually really rapidly intensify. Remember, 3 days. Nine storms have hit continental USA that were 150 miles an hour or more. In all 4 Cat 5s that ever hit continental US, all those 4 Cat 5s, they were tropical storms just 3 days out. And most of them, other than Andrew, were all here. Andrew came across here, but all the other 150 mile an hour plus storms that ever impact the U.S. for landfall, all were in the Gulf region here. And that's because there's a lot of fuel. So, yeah, things can happen quick. That's why I really believe we're going to be looking at a surprise. Just when you think things are slow is when all of a sudden things happen. I've seen that a bazillion times. I don't know if Bobby's watching or not. She'll tell you. But I've seen that so many times. As soon as we think that things are frontal lines and, just anything. Probably your best satellite for homegrown would be just keep it right here. Keep a look at this. This is all that area that we were looking at last week. Remember the first? All this energy. Look at that outflow boundary just came up out of Cuba. Look at that right there. Lots of wind with that, I guarantee it. Pushing north up to the Gulf. But, right over you, John, you're getting some rain, buddy. But all this is, actually, John, you shared your shelf cloud picture, and we had a lot of people from Caymans. I saw 3 other posts from the Caymans to our page with this shelf cloud. I think it was yesterday or the day before. This is something that we normally see in Florida, but this area here has just got too much instability going on around it. But, we got up here. So, all right. I need some Red Bull, man. Cheers. Well, anything else we yak about? Hope everybody going to the space launch has a good day. Go to Shelly's favorite spot, Rusty's. And there you go. Well, that's about it. NASCAR was fun last weekend. Back to normal. I shared the photo of the real reason that we had the sheriffs taking a picture with me. That was fun. Fun times. I enjoy social media sometimes. Most of the time. 99.9% of the time. But I can't think of anything else to talk about. So you guys are being good today. So Port St. Joe, Saturday. Renee, well, let's look at some local forecasts. Let's take a look at that real quick. Today's Thursday. Let me close out some windows. Let me get a handle of what's going on this week. That lingering front sets up, so we might start to see increased rain across the... Well, the first thing I always do is this. I haven't done this in a while. I get so wrapped up in the tropics, I forget to look at local weather and stuff. But I love this map here. Animate day 1, day 7. This is a great little map. This one kind of lets you know the future. So today, there's our frontal line dipping, pulling up some juice into Texas. We know that. Tomorrow's Friday. There's our front now starting to flatten out. And so for tomorrow, we got pretty heavy rains possible across the southeast again. Temperatures are 80s all the way up to New York, 80s all the way up to Canada. Saturday, lots of rain starting to set in, lingering front, dark green areas, upper Gulf, Texas. The boundary's not quite into Florida yet, so we got mid 90s across middle Florida peninsula. Sunday, there's our front hanging out, Texas. And then Monday, more the same. Did it pop up Monday? No. Day 4, yep, same almost map. There's Monday. There's those heavy rains. There's Tuesday. That's Thursday, actually. Oh, that's Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. So I'm telling you, man, there's going to be a lot of rain here, man. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. Some of the daily rain totals we can take a look at. Let's look at 24-hour rain totals. Since we specifically asked for Florida, let's take a look at Florida. Let's see what we got. Here's rain through today. Friday, heavy rain. More rain across this is Friday, more rain across the panhandle than down in the peninsula. Saturday, there's some rain popping again across the panhandle up into Alabama and Georgia even. This is Saturday. A little less here across Florida. Now, this is good news for our launch. Not a lot of rain predicted on Saturday on the East Coast at all. Look at that. Good news for the Florida East Coast. So very little rain expected on Saturday for the Florida East Coast. Sunday, not as much Sunday. Sunday looks pretty good across. Most of this Sunday rain now is concentrated over on the other side of the Gulf. So Sunday is the best day panhandle-wise. And really almost no rain Sunday across anybody in Florida. That's a very dry day. High pressure probably locking in a little bit. Monday, man, almost nothing on Monday too. So really your biggest rain threat for the panhandles through Saturday, and then Sunday it really starts to lighten up. So we got a dry week ahead for Florida. That's interesting. I assume we must have high pressure over. No, just the way it is. Dry week ahead. I can hear my dad now. We don't get any damn rain in Palm Harbor. Everybody rains everywhere else in Palm Harbor. He's always mad about it. They get no rain in Palm Harbor. He's like, it's raining it rains at your house every dang day. So yeah, there's a little high pressure over, I guess, a little bit. But yeah, pretty dry week next week for Florida at least. All right. Yappity yappity yap. So anyway, Sunday's the best day for the panhandle. Bottom line. the launch looks good. Rhonda, yeah, but there's a good chance Sunday's a little better. My favorite place to get localized forecasts, by the way, Rhonda, right here. But this is a embed that goes right to the National Weather Service. I use it all the time. They update all the time, not just once or twice a day. So Sunday night, but see, that's where you got to be tricky. Sounds like just afternoon thunder showers. Saturday seems more of a persistent rain. See, you can kind of read between the lines. Saturday, showers, thunderstorms. Doesn't tell you when. Sunday says after 1 p.m. Those are typical afternoon thunder showers. The problem when you read 80% too, it's not an all-day rain event. So the good news Sunday, at least most of the day up in the early afternoon, they're predicting to be dry, mainly after 1 o'clock. So like I said, I think out of your 2 days, Sunday is definitely your best. Then Labor Day is very nice. Labor Day is excellent for everybody in Florida. Very light rain chances in Florida on Labor Day. We do have Rusty Bellies in Tarpon Springs. Chris? Have a good day, Diana. Thank you for the donuts, Teresa. Northwest Florida will not be a washout, Justin. Maybe a little rain on Saturday like we just showed there. So, cool. All right. Well, there you go. We got some new Cat 5s. Welcome. Julie should get the shirts out maybe Friday tomorrow. Appreciate that. I did use my Tabasco sauce, Harold. We ate at home tonight twice in 1 week, man. That is a record. That's a world record for us. Julie made some pork chops last night. They were really good. Oh my God. Don't tell her I said that. But I always love dipping my, I'm a dipper. And, oh God, it was so good. Tabasco hot sauce. That's what we're talking about. Phenomenal. I opened it up and I'm hooked. Hooked. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll be live tomorrow for Friday. And I don't know. We'll probably have Danielle. I've already seen the headline. This is so funny, actually. So one of the somebody tagged me in a post. It was a newspaper or something that said we could have Hurricane Danielle by Labor Day weekend, and the headline was kind of scary, kind of like shocking news or some breaking news or something. I don't know. And then they shared a picture of the cone of Invest 91, and I'm not making this up. So they shared this basically, and they drew it out on their page. And the headline was Hurricane Daniel likely this weekend for Labor Day, breaking news. So what do you think? What do you think people's first reaction is? You see this, and then you hear Hurricane Daniel coming. And there was so much confusion on the post. I read 10 or 12 people that were like, "Wait a minute, this makes no sense." What? I just went on the news. I didn't see nothing, and it's like, yeah, because it's up here. it's right here. It's not even going to affect our friends in the Azores that we talked to yesterday. So tricky. Get her done. All right. See everybody tomorrow. I'm gonna go wax the Mustang. I got my Mustang shirt on today. I haven't touched my old. I bought an old '69 Mustang back in 2001. I neglect it frequently, but the 8-track still works. Thinking about taking the dogs for a ride. I don't think Hunter's only been in it like twice, I think. So we're gonna take the dogs for a ride. So maybe I'll post a picture later. We'll put their hats on. Look, these are their official driving hats for the Mustang right here. Look. It's corny or what? So watch for that. Hunter will probably, Louis just ends up laying down. Hunter actually gets all wound up. All right, have a great day, everybody. Oh, and the windshield's still broken, Shelly. Yes. They ordered the wrong one. All right, be good. See you all tomorrow. Daily Brew. I'll do a 1 minute quickie later tonight. I usually wait till 5 o'clock because once all the models come out after 2, 3, 4. So I've been doing these 1 minute little videos. You can find those on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube,